Hi guys, this is Margaret with Golden Age Lioness, and I'm here to bring you your weekly card reading and your reading for the new moon partial solar eclipse in Cancer. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with the Divine Feminine energies. So the Divine Feminine has the Fool, Justice, and the Wheel of Fortune as her three primary energies. So this is a huge, huge transition moment for the Divine Feminine. This is a new beginning for the Divine Feminine. This is that reset, that 0 point, that moving from one way of being, the only world that she's ever known, where it feels in some sense safe, even though she might not like it. It feels safe because it's all that she's ever known, and just stepping out into a completely new world, a completely new way of being, with nothing but her little bag and her heart forward, getting out of that mind and into the heart. And this is the 0 point. This is a zero energy, and the 0 point is the feminine and masculine meeting within at that 0 point reset energy. This is a turning of the wheel. This is the closing of one chapter and shifting into an entirely new chapter, an entirely new book in one sense of the word. And it's going to be positive. She has the Justice card right in the center. So this, whatever she's stepping into, which is the new world, the new way of being, the new earth, her new timelines, it's going to be positive. She has done the inner work. She has worked so hard. And she's going to be rewarded. It's going to be positive. The root energy is the 5 of Swords, crowning energy, the 2 of Swords. So even though this is an amazing and a positive transition, fated, destiny, new beginnings, rebirth, it can feel to the mind and to the body, it can feel very disorienting and confusing and overwhelming, because the mind and the ego self is merging into the higher self aspect right now, and it can feel like a release, and it's also a merging. And when those moments happen, it can feel really scary, and sometimes we can't even see what's going on. So these major shifts are taking place for the Divine Feminine, and we might not even be able to see it, especially if we're really in our minds, which happens, you know, as it's merging. So just try to remind yourself that great shifts are taking place, and that anything that comes up that you are feeling that doesn't feel very comfortable, try to remember that this is just part of the merging, this is part of the releasing, and these very fears and confusion that are arising for you are the very things that you are releasing. And then all you will know is this. All you will know is this new way of living. All you will know is yourself, is your higher self. And it's going to be amazing. With the 5 of Swords as the root energy, there might be some experiences in your everyday life to do with relationships or any life circumstances that feel very tumultuous and chaotic, that's being used as part of your transformation. It could just be mental conflict within. So these are, you might be feeling these more than these. You might not, you might be feeling these, but just remember that if you're more in these energies, that these things are taking place for you, and it's going to be so positive, and you're going to be amazed. And, you know, do whatever you can to comfort your body and your mind when it's in this energy of confusion and disorientation. Whatever you need to do, whether it's taking a nap, going out in nature, watching a movie, whatever it is that you need to do, taking a bath, that's going to comfort your body and your mind, and just tell yourself, remind yourself, it's okay, we're moving into an amazing new timeline, amazing new beginning. So whatever it is that you can do to make yourself feel better in the moment is going to help you shift back so that you are consciously experiencing these things. But know that whatever it is that comes up for you, there are beautiful new things arising for you, and you will be stepping into them. Towards the Divine Masculine, the Feminine has the Temperance card. So from this, I'm really getting that this is that union within, the full merging of the feminine and the masculine within. And when this takes place, this is that full transformation, timeline shift. And this is how we manifest physical unions. It has to take place within first, that full merging. So this is so positive. When this is fully merged, it is the 0 point. So these two, I feel, really go together. And I'm also feeling that the divine, if the divine feminine has had any hostile energy towards the masculine, that's being healed at this time. This is a really gentle energy that I'm feeling, and she's doing such an amazing job of just holding space for whatever it is that the masculine is moving through, and just sending him love and believing in him, because he can feel that. He can absolutely feel that. So that's really positive. And then an energy to keep in mind is the Page of Wands, and this to me is confirmation that the feminine is embarking on an entirely new journey. And you know, the page is young, so this is a journey that she doesn't have much experience in. She might feel a little unsure of herself at times, but just know that the universe and your guides and your higher self and your divine team absolutely have your back, and it's going to be amazing. The oracle cards that I have for the divine feminine really confirm this message. I have Between Worlds, so shifting from one way of being into an entirely new way of being. The world that she's leaving behind is bleak, devoid of any color, and she's moving into this vibrant new earth where everything is joyful, and it's, you know, it's right here. She doesn't have to go anywhere. It's the same place. It doesn't exist in a different space. It's just a different dimension of consciousness. So it's all the same things in the background, but everything has so much more color and vibrant, and it's a 3 energy, which confirms about that union energy that I'm really picking up on. She has Clean It Up, which to me, this can have a lot to do with the mental energies that are going on for the divine feminine. You know, as we release and merge our ego aspects, our mental aspects, the lower aspects, anything unhealed within us, we feel them really, really strongly in our everyday reality. They can feel stronger than you've ever felt them before, and you can tell yourself, I thought I let go of all of this, what's going on? But those are the very things that you're releasing. So, you know, do whatever you can to remind yourself of that you're not going backwards. You're really just cleaning up that mental space, merging, releasing, so that all you know is this new world. Also, if there's anything in the divine feminine's like 3D reality that she needs to take care of, say like cleaning her home, leaving a job, ending relationships, anything that she knows that she needs to do, this is the time to do so. This is the time to take care of that. It's another 3, so another message about that union energy. And then she has Here and Now, past and future, with the egg in the center, where this is rebirth with the egg in the center, I'm really feeling. Also, as she moves from one way of being into the new way of being, cleaning things up in the middle, she finds herself landing firmly in the here and now. And the new earth exists only in the now moment, in the eternal now moment. So, and I'm feeling a victory energy with this flag. She has hearts all around her. It's a 5, so it's another indication of changes. And with the egg, I'm getting a fertility energy as well. So this is a huge rebirthing time for the divine feminine. And then lastly, I have the Attachment card and the Destiny card. So this is more confirmation to me of the same messages. She's letting go of everything that she used to know, of the old way of being, and she's stepping in to her new timelines, to the new earth, where everything feels magical and joyful and passionate. This very much feels like the new earth to me. It's childlike, it's play, it's divine purpose, passion, and service, and accumulation, defensiveness, and scarcity. So what I'm also picking up on is A lot of the divine feminines might have financial concerns, you know, not knowing how they're going to support themselves, if they're leaving jobs, if they're holding on to old ways of providing for themselves and their family. You know, it can bring up a lot of fear. You can feel like, you know, how can I let go of this? How am I going to provide for myself? How am I going to provide for my family? How am I going to make money? And she's learning the way of being abundant in the new earth, which is to follow your passion, to serve through your passion, following your joy, and that is what you're here for. And that as you do that, you will step into more and more and more and more abundance, and it doesn't have to be hard work like in the 3D earth. So she's kind of letting go of a lot of those 3D thought patterns and ways of doing things and stepping into this really fruitful new energy. A really fated time for the divine feminine. I'm really excited. So let's see what's going on for the divine masculine. So he has the 10 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles as his main energies. So from this, I'm feeling like the masculine is feeling really overwhelmed and exhausted. He's been working so hard. He really has. Whether or not the feminine has been able to see this, he has been working so hard in the background, and he's exhausted. And the work that he's doing is for the feminine, is for the love that he feels. He's been fully activated to this love for a while, whether or not the feminine has been able to consciously see this, whether he has, you know, come forward to her. A lot of this is taking place in the background and will come together, meeting at that 0 point reset energy. But he knows what he's working for, and he's moving towards it. He's really tired and exhausted, and he might be moving slowly, but it's taking care of things in the physical world. The root energy is the Queen of Cups, and so to me this is the divine feminine. The crowning energy is the 2 of Pentacles. So he's having to balance. I'm feeling also that he's opening up psychically and intuitively and feeling wise as well, and you know, so he's learning to kind of navigate tuning in to a more spiritual way of being and still take care of physical aspects, because, you know, the masculine really excels at that. So it's kind of like this new way of finding balance with this new dance that's opening up for him. And he's so tuned into the union. This is joy. This is that original pure heart-based connection, and this is what it is that he's working for the feminine. This is the underlining energy driving everything that the masculine is going through right now. Towards the feminine, he has the 6 of Swords. So he's moving towards her. He's moving, just like the feminine, he's moving from one way of being to another way of being, and this is towards her. This is into calmer waters. He knows what he's doing everything for, whether or not he's communicating with the feminine, and the feminine with that Temperance card is allowing him to do this, and it's helping him, and he knows, he's so aware of the unconditional love that the feminine has been holding for the masculine this entire time. It's making sense to him in a whole new way, and it's driving everything. The energy to keep in mind is the 8 of Cups. So this confirms that same message of moving away from one way of being to a new way of being. This could be leaving karmics behind if your masculine is in a karmic relationship. This could be moving. This could be letting go of friendships that are no longer serving him. This could be quitting jobs that are no longer serving him. And he's moving towards the feminine. It mirrors exactly what's going on in the Knight of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, and now the Eight of Cups. It's all moving from one way of being to a new way of being. He's putting the wands down. He's taking care of the last things that he needs to do, but he's putting them down. So the oracle cards that I have for the masculine are breathe. So this is an 11 card, so he's going through a lot. This echoes that 10 of Wands energy. This card really only comes up when we're feeling really overwhelmed. So he's going through a lot right now, but he's getting support and he can do this, and the feminine is helping him. He can feel that temperance energy that was there for the feminine. He can feel that, and that's helping him through. He has the fates, so this is an 8, and to me this really echoes how destined this time is. The feminine with that wheel of fortune and the masculine with this fates. This is a very fated and destined time. This is the first in a series of 3 eclipses with the Lion's Gate in between. Really, things are lining up this summer for everything to change. And the Yang energy here, he's taking action. He's taking action with what he needs to do, moving from one timeline to the new timeline, doing what he needs to do, ending relationships, leaving jobs, like I talked about with the Eight of Cups, with the Knight of Pentacles as well, taking action in the physical world, guided by the intuitive messages and by the feminine, guided by that and taking action. With the Knight of Wands as the bottom of the deck for both, or the King of Wands as the bottom of the deck for both the feminine and the masculine, I'm feeling that this is about taking action for what we are both passionate about. It's letting go of feeling like we need to do anything that we don't truly love and desire, that we don't want in our lives. It's taking passionate action. And if we don't feel the passion, if we don't feel the joy, if it's not making our hearts feel amazing, then we're letting it go. And then he has Gaian awakening, preparing, relocation, and ascension. From this, I'm really feeling, so I'm getting a couple things. So I'm feeling a lot of the divine masculines are moving right now. Whether they've been away, they might be, yeah, they might be moving and changing locations, leaving karmics, moving into new apartments, maybe even changing states, moving to a different country to be with his divine feminine. And preparing. He's taking care of the last things that he needs to do to be with his feminine. And ascension. And so from this, what I'm really getting is the feminine has been doing so much inner work that now it's starting to manifest in the masculine energy. I mean, it has been manifesting in the masculine energy the whole time. The masculine, I mean, we've been working together the entire time, but the feminine does a lot of the inner work in darkness, and then births it in the masculine, which manifests externally. And so the ascension is really starting to become really concrete in the masculine at this time, within the feminine and with the divine masculine counterpart. And then he has celestial assistance. So this is beautiful confirmation, angelic messages, guidance, enlightenment. This is beautiful confirmation that everything that the masculine is moving through right now, he's divinely guided, and he's getting help from his higher self. He's listening to his higher self now more than ever before. And he's feeling much more intuitive. He has clarity like he's never had before. And he's supported in everything that he's doing, as with the feminine right now. So that's a beautiful message. Okay, so I pulled a couple cards for the union. Just a couple, but so let's tune in and see what they have to say. So I have let the feminine lead the way. I have adventure. So that's a 12. 39 adds up to a 12, which is a 3. I have adventure, innocence, play, discovery, and solar portal, which is a 9. being centered, balancing, power, manipulation. So from this, I'm getting, so everything that the feminine is doing, all the action that she's taking within the masculine and within the feminine is guiding all of the action that the masculine is taking and that the feminine is taking in her masculine manifestation, if that makes any sense, what I just said. So it's trusting the intuitive aspect. It's trusting emotions. It's trusting the heart, and only taking action from what, for both the feminine and the masculine, we're getting from the intuitive aspect, from the feminine aspect. And you know, for the masculine, it's him following the inner work that the feminine has been doing. And this is manifesting within, because, you know, the masculine has the feminine aspect within also. And as we're both meeting together at the 0 point union within, you know, all of the inner work that the feminine has been doing is really guiding all of this and bringing it along. And with adventure, this is another indication to me that we're moving from that old way of doing things into a completely new way of doing things, not having to work hard to be abundant. You know, that we can be abundant by having fun and by doing what we love, by following our passions. And with the solar portal, I'm feeling a lot of joy too with the King of Wands as well. And I'm noticing the key that she's holding. I feel, and this kind of looks like a vortex. She's looking, if you can see this, she's looking through this vortex. She's holding the key to the new earth, and this is about following that joy and that passion and that expansiveness and entering the portal of the new earth. And this is such a fated time, and it's relearning how to take action. It's relearning about what power really means. Okay guys, so that's all I have for you. I hope that this reading resonates with you, and I look forward to checking in with you again next week. Thank you.